Hello, happy Saturday, or at least it's Saturday for me. And it's not super early, honestly. I kind of slept in, which was great because I really needed it. But I also have a lot to get done today. It is Saturday. On Monday, I am going to be starting a market prep challenge, a 5-day market prep challenge with Cameron's Cute Creations. I'll put her name here. But she's also a YouTuber and a crocheter, and she does a lot with small businesses. So, but one of my tasks between now and then, the start of it, is to tell my friends that I am going to be doing, this challenge. So I am going to be doing this challenge. I'm telling you guys. And so that's what I'm going to be working on starting on Monday, is really pushing on my market prep stuff. I started kind of tracking my inventory for what I have made for the market, and so far I really only have 2 items, which are not really 2 items. I have 2 types of items. So I have the mini mushy boys, and I have 12 of those, and then I have this small jellyfish, and I have 6 of those, and that's kind of what I finished between last Saturday and Tuesday. But I finally got some Just Chenille, Premier Just Chenille in the color yellow, which has for some reason been impossible to find. And I wasn't able to find it, and I was very frustrated, and I had finally just ended up ordering it from Premier, and then just paid for expedited shipping because I need it for a custom order. But as you can see, I've already made 2 in yellow, and I'm working on a 4th one, or a second one in white. So these are supposed to be the Cinema Roll and Pom Pom Purine characters. But it's custom ordered. They're going to 2 siblings, and I was told that they needed to be the same. And I was like, okay, they're different characters, but they need to be the same. Same size is what we're going to be going for. But guys, these are not the same. And so the story behind this is I am using the Just Chenille Premier yarn. I used it in white from the Dollar Tree. I ran out of it in yellow, so I was like, okay, well, I need to go buy some more. Couldn't find any. Went on this adventure. I went to 5 different Dollar Trees to find some. I asked 3 other crocheters if they had any. Nobody had any. My mom up in North Carolina even went to 5 different Dollar Trees to look for some and couldn't find it. And we were like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So anyways, finally found it on the Premier website. And in the process, I also found the Retro Velvet, which to me, honestly, I'm comparing like yarn to yarn and looking at this one with the Just Chenille here, and then comparing this one with this Just Chenille, and I honestly feel like the Velvet Retro is the same yarn as the one that I got at Dollar Tree. This one is kind of flatter and thinner on the cone. Not sure what that's about. But anyways, I thought maybe this one turned out smaller because I used the Just Chenille from the cone. And then I was like, okay, well, let me make one with the Velvet, the Retro Velvet. They are basically the same size, these 2 are. So my thought process is maybe I used a different hook size on the white, because it's been a week or so since I actually made this one. And so maybe I just need to use a different hook size. Maybe that will fix the problem, because I use the exact same pattern for the bodies for all 3 of these. So I am using this one, which I believe is like a 4.75 or something like that. Hang on, it's right there. I'm so close. Or maybe it's 4.25. Yeah, 4.25. A millimeter crochet hook. I got this one from a Whatnot seller, which I really love. It's one of my favorite hooks. I will put their name here in case you want to check them out. They're also a crocheter, but they do sell these hooks too. But so my goal for today is actually to finish all 4 of these. My thought process was, well, I've already made 3 bodies. I'm going to be making a 4th body. So why don't I just go ahead and make all 4 of them, and then I can have 2 for the customer for the custom order, and then I'll have 2 that I can add to my market prep stuff. So I'm just going to do that. And I think that will kind of work out. It'll give me a little bit more inventory, something that people are kind of familiar with. And so that is going to be my goal for today. I'm going to be working on trying to finish up all 4 of these. And then the last thing that I'm doing, I have a raid train that I'm doing on Whatnot on, I don't remember what day it is. I will put it here because I don't remember what day it is, but it's sometime in April. I want to say it's like no, it's sometime mid-April, but anyways, I'll put it here. And so I'm doing this raid train. It's called the Candyland Monster Raid Train, and basically what we are doing is we're taking a kid's drawing of a monster, and we are creating it in our own medium. So there's a bunch of different types of artists that are doing this. There's another crocheter who's doing this. I'm doing this. And I think there's at least 2 or 3 other crocheters actually, but there's also like pencil artists, there's watercolor artists, there's woodworking artists. So there's a lot of different artists that are signed up for this. So it's going to be really cool, to be able to see everybody's interpretation of the child's drawing. I will try to put a picture of the drawing here so that you guys can see the inspiration, because right now this is not looking like much, but I do also have to finish this by April 1st. So my goal between today and tomorrow is going to be to finish up these 4 items and finish up this monster, because I want to be able to focus full force on market prepping for the Cameron's Cute Creations market prep challenge that starts on Monday. So that's going to be my ultimate goal. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee. This is also handmade from a Whatnot seller. I'll put their name here in case you have not caught on to it. While I don't like spending money, I also like supporting other Whatnot sellers, and especially other creative Whatnot sellers. So even stuff like this, like I think bees are really cool, but like I don't have any bee decor around my house, but I bought this watercolor painting from this Whatnot seller. I'll put their name here, but it's beautiful. It is so amazing. They did a great job of this, or a great job on this. So I will be buying a frame, and I will be putting up my bee somewhere. So, but yeah, I am just really excited to be able to be a part of a community where I feel like I am welcome as a creative, and so being able to support other fellow creatives in that community is just exciting to me. So, but let me get some coffee in me, and then we're gonna get started. Well, I got some coffee in my system, but almost also had it all over my clothes thanks to this cuddly little kitty. This is Monkey, if you haven't seen her in videos before. She usually makes random appearances, but it also reminded me that this is not actually the 3rd and 4th one of these that I am making. This is actually the 5th and 6th, because when I started working on these originally, oh, there goes Monkey. When I started working on these originally, I had picked up a skein of white from Dollar Tree, and I started working on it, and I had worked it up to about this point, and then I realized that it had a stain on it, and I was very confused, but it had a stain on it, so I had to start that one over. And then right after I got my cone of Just Chenille, I started working on a second, started working on the first yellow one, and I was sitting at my desk working on it, and somehow I managed to bump my cup of coffee and spill it everywhere. So unfortunately, that one was ruined. Thankfully, I had only gotten up to about maybe the like 3rd or 4th row, so it wasn't too deep into it, but either way, those two are ruined. So I have 1, 2, and 3 bodies right here, and then this is going to be my 4th one. So again, I am trying to see if I can get this to be the same size as this, and I'm looking at it, like comparing it to the top, and I'm sitting here thinking, this still looks like it's not going to be the same size, but I'm using the same hook, I'm using the same pattern, and while I don't feel like I necessarily do a good job at tension, it's something that I've always kind of struggled with crocheting, these turned out to be almost identical. So why is the white different? I don't understand. It's the same, it's supposed to be the same yarn as this one, as the Just chenille, and that's what the label says. But and if you look at them, I mean, they look the same compared, honestly, they look the same compared to the retro velvet, but either way, they're not the same for some reason. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this white one is going to be the same size. If not, then I'm just going to have to explain to the customer that these are the 4 that I have made. And for some reason, the yellow is consistently smaller, and I don't understand why. But anyways, we're going to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this, and I will kind of talk with you guys throughout, because I like to talk while I work, and it's a little bit more entertaining for me that way. But yeah, what are you currently working on this fabulous weekend? Or, I mean, it may be Monday by the time I get this video posted. Who knows? We'll see. I'm hoping to actually wrap up these 4 today, and probably just post this as a Saturday vlog, to where it's actually just covering the content from what I'm doing today. So we're gonna see. It is currently, I don't even know what time it is. It's almost 11 a.m. I know that because my husband just left for work. But it is currently relatively early in the morning. I will say that with making all 3 of these, by the time I finished the second yellow one, my thumb was really sore. And I'm not really sure why, because I didn't make them consistently. Like the first successful white one I finished about 3 days ago. The second yellow one I finished the day before yesterday, so I guess about 2 days ago. And then the other yellow one I finished last night, and then I started this one. But for some reason, my thumb was just really, really sore. So definitely took some time to stretch last night, put some ice on my thumb. I also have a massage gun, so I use the massage gun to kind of help to work out the stress and the tension that I get in my thumb. And so it was feeling a lot better last night, and it actually feels a lot better today than it did last night, but it was still pretty sore. But yeah, I have my second cup of coffee here, which I'm going to keep away from my white and yellow yarn because I don't want any more coffee stains. And I also have some water, so reminder to hydrate and drink some water. Enjoy some coffee. And let's just see what we can get done today. Okay, so I actually decided that I needed a haircut. I was planning on going and getting one today anyway, so I went ahead and got one. And I just have to take a second to appreciate the environment where I live, just the culture of where I live. So I live in a suburb of Atlanta, and it's so cool because you can see how diverse this area is by going to the hair salon. It's just a small little storefront hair salon, but there are I was in there and I was sitting there and just kind of listening while they were washing my hair, which, by the way, if you are not getting your hair done and getting a massage when you get your hair washed, you need to find a new place because it is heavenly. It is like 15 to 20 minutes of like pure bliss and relaxation. Absolutely love it. And this is the best that my hair is going to look between now and the time that I go back. But they did a fantastic job. But just sitting in there listening while I was getting my hair washed and cut and everything, I mean, I was sitting there. There were a few people speaking Spanish. There were a few people speaking Vietnamese. The music was in Vietnamese. Then you had people speaking English, and it's so cool to me to be able to sit there and to hear all of these languages in one area. As someone that's lived overseas, it's super cool to me to be able to be in an environment where it feels familiar, where I'm surrounded by more than one language, which was what it was like when I lived in China. Sometimes I would be sitting in a cafe or a coffee shop or something, and I would be hearing both Korean and Chinese and English all at the same time. Sometimes you would hear German, sometimes you would hear French, but it was just really cool. So being able to hear that where I live now is really exciting to me. I really love being able to see and experience other cultures, even so close to home. So I just love the diversity of this area. And there's a really big just Asian population in general, but Vietnamese in particular. But there's also, I believe, I've got neighbors that are like Chinese American, and there's a lot of Spanish speakers. So it's just super cool to me. I love diversity. I love culture. So it's so much fun. But I am going to head home now. I have only finished doing about 2.5 rows of the last plushie that I was working on, so I've got to get busy on that. So I'm gonna head home and get started, but this is what I'm looking like today. Now, he did straighten my hair, which is not something I usually do, but like I said, this is the best that my hair is gonna look, basically, until I go back and get it cut again. But so I'm gonna head home and we're gonna get started. Well, we're gonna pick up where we left off, and I will be back to update you again soon. Well, I am finally back home. I did get myself some bubble tea, and I am ready to get started. I really need to make some progress on this. It's already 2 p.m. and this is the extent of where I'm at. Basically 2.5 rows, I think, is all that I've gotten done. So I've got a lot of work to do. So I am just gonna sit here and crochet, probably listen to some audiobooks. I'm really hoping to actually finish the audiobook that I'm currently on, because I'm really enjoying it and I'm excited to see how it ends. Although I think this is another one that's in like a series, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on to book 2 without going ahead and investing in some kind of audiobook subscription. So that is my plan at some point, but we're going to see how this goes. So but yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. I am a little concerned I'm not going to finish this stuff by the end of the day today, but I'm pretty much only going to be crocheting for the rest of the day. I'll take a couple breaks here and there just to let my hands rest a little bit. But now that my hair is cut, I do not have a headache and got a nice head massage in the process of getting my hair shampooed, which was fantastic. And yeah, so that is my plan for today, just to sit here and crochet, and I will update you periodically. Hopefully we'll see how long it takes me to finish this one. Again, it's just before 2 o'clock. I'm hoping to finish this, the body of this one, well before 3. We're gonna see how it goes, but well before 3 is my hope. I'm really hoping I can get it done by 2:30, but we're gonna see how my attention span goes and if I'm able to actually sit here and focus on stuff for the next hour and 15 minutes or so. But yeah, I will be back very shortly with an update and my progress. Okay, so really quick update. It is 6:30. I did lay down for about 30 minutes just because I was super tired and my neck was really sore. So I wanted to take a quick break. But they're the same size. Okay, so I came to the conclusion that when I made the original, the first white one that I was making, that I guess I must have used a different hook than I thought that I used, and it must have been a bigger size hook. So I'm thinking that I had a 5.5 millimeter hook sitting on my desk, and I'm kind of thinking that I probably used that one instead of this one, which is my 4.25. So they are the same size. Thankfully, I was able to get these finished. Again, these are for a customer that specifically requested that they are the same size because they are going to 2 siblings. So they wanted to make sure that there was nothing to fight about, like who has the bigger one, things like that, which I totally understand because my sister and I would have been the same way. But they're the same size, so I did finish this. And I also started on the legs for the white one. Oh, sorry, these are the arms for the white one and the legs for the white one. So I got this part finished. These whipped up pretty quickly. I think I finished these in like 20 minutes for all 4 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and whip up the legs and the arms for the yellow one, and then I am going to work on the ears because the ears I think are gonna take a bit longer because they are 18 rows each. I think they're 18 rows each. So that's going to take me a little bit longer because oddly enough, they're 18 rows each and the bodies and heads themselves together were only like 30. So it's over half of the length of the body. But anyways, math aside, that's where I'm currently at. I am making progress. I do think that I will finish these tonight. I'm not planning to cook dinner tonight. We're just going to eat some leftovers. So that will allow me some more time. I am going to get up right now though and stretch. My hands are a little bit sore. I'm not really sure why I've been having so many issues with pain in my thumbs and everything just this last week, but I think I want to try to get these 2 finished tonight. If I can get the green monster finished either tonight or early tomorrow, then I will be taking some time off tomorrow evening so that I can rest my hands and everything for a little bit before I actually jump into the market prep that I'm doing again with Cameron's Cute Creations. It's a market prep challenge that starts Monday, and it will be crocheting for 2 hours a day for market prep stuff, but that's actually not that much for me in terms of how much I crochet a day. I usually get off work around 4:30, and usually between 4:30 and 10 o'clock, I'm probably crocheting for at least half of that time. And then sometimes I'll be up till 11 or 12 o'clock as well, still crocheting usually. So the 2 hours is not going to be a whole lot for me, but I do want to sit down tonight and set up some goals for like what I want to be able to crochet each day. I know I just bought the fruit snail package. I'm going to try to put a picture of the Etsy page here just so that you guys can see it, but it was recently released, I think, not very long ago, and I got it on sale for $6, and it has, I think it's 7 different snails, but you can do one of them as like a lemon or a lime, so it actually ends up being 8 if you do them as the 2 different fruits. So that is probably the first thing that I'm going to be starting with market prep wise. I'm going to classify those as more of my like small to medium price range items because I do think that they're going to take me a little bit longer to make, although I have heard that they're pretty quick to whip up just from other people that have used the patterns already. So maybe not. I'm going to see how long it takes and how much it takes in terms of materials. But so far right now, all I have are mini and small items for the market, with the exception of the other 2 of these that I will be finishing up, and those will definitely be considered medium items just because of the amount of time with the different pieces that have to be sewn together. I also have to make the felt faces for them. So there's a lot that goes into these, unfortunately, even though they are pretty small in size. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to keep working on it. It's already kind of getting dark outside. It's not really dark, obviously, because the sun is still out, but it is lower in the sky. So I'm about to turn some lights on in here because it's getting dark inside. And sorry, I'm looking at my cats. Come here, Whis. You guys saw Monkey earlier, so now you can see Whisper. She's cuddly sometimes, but not right now. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna take a stretch break, maybe grab some dinner, and then I'm gonna get back to making the legs and the arms for the yellow one, and then I will be working on the ears and final assembly of sewing everything together before I have to figure out the felt for the face, which I am so scared about. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm excited about doing the felt for the face, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Once I get online, I can probably print out a couple of different sizes of the different shapes, because I should be able to find them pretty easily, because it is an animated character. And it is, as far as I know, I believe it's a 2D animated character, so I should be able to find like the shape of everything. But anyways, that's where I am going, and I will come back later tonight, hopefully with finished products, but I may do an update before I actually finish them. We're gonna see what happens. So that's what we're doing, but I will be back soon. Well, it is a Sunday morning, very early. I mean, okay, it's not very early, but I did start earlier than now. I have managed to get cinnamon roll sewn together. This is the point where I start looking at my work and I go, am I happy with this? Am I happy with the way that this looks? Am I happy with how it's turning out? For reference, I am going to add the cinnamon roll, so the arms will be together like this, and it will look a little bit different, but this is basically what it's looking like up to this point, and then I still have to figure out how to add the face and everything. So I'm going to work on that today, and gonna start sewing together the pom-pom preen as well, and hopefully I'll be able to wrap these up today, but I will come back later for an update. Okay, well, I was planning on doing this last night, but it was pretty late when I actually finished them, but without further ado, I have in fact finished both the cinnamon roll and the pom-pom preen plushie. And they've both been purchased as of sometime late last night, so they are going to go, they're going to be going home today, which is very exciting. I know that there are 2 young girls that are waiting for them. They're very excited for them, based on the email that was attached to the purchase. So I am so relieved to have gotten these done. They were much more challenging than I intended for them to be, mostly just because I am kind of a, well, I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but I like doing things the right way. So I am boxing them up now. I'll be printing out a label and running them to the post office at lunchtime today. Our post office, none of the packages get picked up until 5 p.m. anyways, so I know that I can get them sent off at any point during the day, or dropped off at any point during the day before 5:30, and they will get there hopefully by Thursday. I'm not exactly sure where this is going, but thank you for your purchase. I really appreciate all of the support for my budding small business, but this is it. This is also only the second time that I'm shipping things in a box, which sounds kind of crazy, but usually my things are small enough to where I can just put them in one of those little plastic envelope things. I don't know what they're called. Anyways, it's early, I need some coffee, and I've got to actually get to work on my day job, but hopefully I will get this video posted before these arrive at their new home. We'll see. I have a lot of other things to do as well this week, including today's day 1 of the Cameron's Cute Creations Market Prep Challenge. So I'm very, very excited about that. I will be working on that today and a bunch of other things, but I'm so excited to get started on snails. Now, I did not make any progress on this guy, but it's not due until April 1st, so I actually have a little bit of time on this one. So what I'm probably going to do is focus on market prep this week, and as I have time, I'll work on this, and if I don't have time, then once the market prep challenge is over on Friday, then I will pick up on Saturday working on this and just use Saturday and Sunday and maybe Monday. I believe it's just Saturday and Sunday. Monday should be the first, to get this stuff done. And once I am done with this, then I will pick back up with market prep challenges. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and hopefully this video will be posted sometime in the next 24 hours. We'll see what happens, but see you next time.